We've never had an off-road adventure south of Apache Junction, but our friends in their RV are now staying at Picacho Peak State Park. Hopefully, I said that right. Uh, so we decided to do the 70 miles drive south and have a desert adventure with them. Our Segway Villain SX10 WX has proven to be an excellent choice for desert adventures, constantly giving you little reviews and tips and talking about the scenic desert views. And Gary will be fun as always because his machine is just way tipsy. It's a 50-inch Can-Am trail.
Here we are, we're at Picacho State Park. It's a beautiful day, getting ready to head off. It's just Gary and Jean and Robin and Ed.
This is going to be more of a sightseeing tour. We're going to see a lot of the local nature, the canal, the mountains, all the desert stuff. So I keep mentioning in these videos how I'm still trying to learn Onyx Offroad GPS software. However, at home on my computer where I should have seen this, I did not realize when I was mapping this trip out that we leave the park, we go under I-10, we hang a left, so we're heading west for 10 miles on asphalt on the frontage road. Then we get to another turn, that's 5 more miles of asphalt to get to the Eloy Canal. Hopefully I said that right. And then we hang a right and follow the canal for a ways. Now, I have to admit, the canal, the water, it is beautiful. But the straight line driving, it gets boring pretty quick. So we did a short break, and Gary said, hey, why don't we go right out there and see where that takes us? Well, according to OnX, I'm not convinced. But I said, okay, let's follow him. It turned out it was a lot more fun than the canal. So I zoomed in on OnX on my phone, and I see all these little double-dashed lines with no explanation. But these are the trails that we were on for a large part of the rest of the day. And I got to say, they're a lot of fun. I mean, you don't know what you're getting into, but we're going to try them out. Gary and I have been trying to get our wives to drive our off-road vehicles for a very long time, and they've always said, not today. Well, today they said yes, and as you can see, Robin quickly spun a donut, her first ever. She's having a blast. Now, it's nice and flat out here, so pretty easy place for them to get started. Well, it didn't take long for the terrain to start to get a little bit rougher, making our wives a little uncomfortable. So, of course, the guy said, we'll go back to driving. Notice how we volunteer for fun. We used the double dash lines on Onyx Off-Road to find our way around. And there were frequent fences and other obstacles, maybe to keep us off the levee or keep the cows in, whatever. But eventually, we could find our way back to where we should be. It certainly took a while, but we finally made it to the mountain, and I think it was worth it. It's pretty back here. So we're still using the double dashed line on Onyx maps to get ourselves back over to the main trail or road loop. Anyway, we'll be back over there soon. Since most of today's adventure is on dirt roads, not really trails, there's very few obstacles. So whenever we see something the least bit rough, we try to have as much fun as possible with it. Gary is determined to find us another way back that might be more fun than just turning around and going back, along the canal, all that 15 miles of asphalt. So let's see what he comes up with. Well, it did turn into a much more interesting and fun ride. However, it was not a straight route back. There were the occasional, oops, dead end, we need to turn around, or it looks like it may take longer than we have daylight to get back, so let's try a different route. It was definitely entertaining. So most of the roads were in great condition and you could just fly, but occasionally there would be a pothole, a rut, something that you do not want to hit at 40 miles an hour. So you really had to pay attention. It added a little bit of excitement. We came up to another gate that we had to open, and there's 2 vehicles on the other side. And these are definitely road vehicles. I wouldn't say they were ready for super tough terrain. And Gary asked them, is this the way back to where we want to go? And they said, yeah. So we're on our way. So after a few more trails slash roads that really didn't go quite the way we had hoped and we had to turn around, I said, hey, I got an idea. On X, how about if I do this? So I marked where we were, I marked where we were going to go with a waypoint, and then I said, route me there. And it did. And that's the route we followed, and everything worked out just great that way. Of course, there was still the occasional confusion when we got to gates and fences, but usually it only took a moment, drive around in a circle, figure out which way you should go. So things are looking good. We might actually make it back alive. And then we encountered these deep ruts. I tried to straddle, it slid off, and I didn't know that much dust could come in. It was like a wave of dust. Robin still had grit in her teeth when we got home. It was crazy. I was going to drive around this broken cattle guard, but Carrie had to drive over, which meant Robin said, that looks like fun, let's go do that. So of course, we drove across the broken cattle guard, and it was fun. Well, this dirt farm road did go on for a ways, and we did not go into any more major ruts and take a dirt bath, but it was kind of fun. And then we saw pavement. The end is near.
Sure is a dirty villain. I think that's dirty. Look how dirty this one is. Oh! What color is your vehicle there?
Brown. Always been brown, always will be brown. Never changes.
Well, that's it for this recording. Use the comment section below if you want to share your experience at this location or maybe recommend an area that you really enjoy. Please keep it clean. Want this to be a family-oriented channel, so review what you type before you submit it. Thanks. I apologize if you happen to hear something during the ride's recording that may not sound family-oriented. I will try very hard not to let certain words slip out during an exciting moment. We'll see how that works. If you found this video helpful or just enjoyed it, please hit the like button below. Share the link with your friends. Be sure to subscribe so you can easily keep up with my latest videos, which will continue to cover things like Segway Villain Owner's Area of Interest, reviews of accessories, where to ride, tips about the villain, how-to videos, and lots more. Yep, there's going to be more. Thanks for watching.